So I'm a sci-fi and fantasy author. I'm Colin R. Parsons, and I also do adult crime fiction under the name of Jake Ridge. I've always been fascinated by artificial intelligence, robots, androids, automatons, and Terminator with the Skynet Corporation, Robot Uprising and that kind of thing. And I found out the other day, which I'd never known before, that in 1979 there was a guy called Robert Williams. He worked for the Ford Motor Company in Michigan in the States, and he's the first recorded person ever to be killed by a robot. I know, unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, what happened in 1979 besides that? You had the Walkman, Sony Walkman came out, which would carry music around with you. You had Pink Floyd brought out that amazing album, The Wall. What else happened? McDonald's brought out a Happy Meal. That was a big change for the world of food. And the first PC was made by Stephen Wozniak. He put a monitor together, keyboards and a hard drive, and made the first computer. But the biggest news was it was the uprising of the robots. Because this guy who worked for the Ford Motor Company, this Robert Williams, he was asked to check out some stock because the Ford Motor Company there used to build and make all these parts, and they had huge warehouses. And he had to check on a certain part, and when he was checking on it, the robot that they had to move stuff around, it was going through its routine tasks. It smacked him in the back of the head because there was no warning of like an alarm or a sensor or a sound system, because it was just a basic robot. This is 1979, and it killed him outright. The guy lay there for 30 minutes before his colleagues found him, and it was terrible, wasn't it, really, to find this person dead in a factory. But he was the first person recorded that had been killed by a robot. Now, over the years, obviously, there must have been different incidences taking place, but I just loved the idea of robots. I didn't like that idea, obviously, because that's actual non-fiction. It actually happened, but I do like the idea of a robot uprising. It just excites me. I've watched a series on Disney Plus called Next, which a super robot, or a super brain computer has taken over all the systems. Because you think about it, you've got computerized systems in your car, on buses and trains and ships and aeroplanes and in hospitals, and all the power companies are all run by computer. Everything is run by computer. So if a computer went bad and wanted to take over, you've got these like 3D printers. They could print all their own parts. They could have their own army marching across the world, couldn't they? And if you think about it, if you're in a room that's clinically sealed, the air could be sucked out of there because the computer's in charge of all the oxygen and stuff, and they could actually kill us from a distance. You've got drones from above, you've got CCTV, your every move could be monitored, like with the sat-nav and stuff. So I just put this together because I write fantasy with sci-fi, but sci-fi is becoming science fact rather than science fiction. And the idea of a super race of robots marching down the high street and taking out all the humans and making the world a more clinical and safe place, it doesn't make sense. That actually does take you to Skynet and Terminator. So thank you for watching this video. Just a little bit of information I thought I'd pass on to you. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.